Warning: the following video contains spoilers from AMC's The Walking Dead.
Rick does some modeling. Eugene plays with RC toys. And Daryl decides to be even more stupid than Rick. All is revealed in this episode of The Governor Reacts. Hi, they call me the Governor. And it appears that Rick's new photography hobby has inspired Jadis. Though apparently she likes to take pictures of dirty, pale men in their underwear. What do you think, Calvin Klein? This was an odd episode, mainly because we follow a odd character. I was surprised that Eugene actually confronted Dwight alone. Dwight could have killed him. In fact, in hindsight, that might have been for the best. I'm a bit disappointed that Eugene has drank Negan's Kool-Aid so thoroughly. Did he forget what Negan did to his buddy Abraham? But Eugene is full savior. This episode proved it, even though he appears to be struggling with it on some levels. Side note, glad to see Father Gabriel is still with us, but it seems to be in a bad way. And they aren't really explaining how he came down with all those infections so quickly. But back to Eugene. Now, I'm not sure that his little toy would have convinced enough biters to follow it. At least not with that music selection. I could tell Dwight didn't really want to shoot Eugene. But it did shoot his glider, breaking other kids' toys. Not cool, Dwight. Now, the gunshots may have raised some questions if Daryl and his crew didn't take that moment to enact their stupid plan. You know, I've never been all that impressed with Daryl's mental abilities, though I did think he was very loyal to Rick. But he decides he knows better and wants to let the biters into the sanctuary. Despite Rosita opting out, which is a surprise because it seems like she's actually using her brain for the first time in a long time. Even Michonne decides she can't go along with it. Morgan was no help, but since he's going back to being the clear guy we found rather disturbing in previous seasons, that's no surprise. It looked like for a minute that Daryl might have actually had a good idea. But it changed the situation enough that Eugene came up with some idea that got the saviors out. And Dwight couldn't stop it, even though non-confrontational Eugene ended up keeping his little secret. Now Rick had no idea that his plan had gone to shit when he ends up playing bite a head on a stick with Jadis and the Heapsters. Now I don't think it was a good idea for Rick to go to those turncoats, and seeing how a bound man in his underwear was able to beat 3 of them and a biter, I find their fighting skills questionable. What the hell was Jadis waiting for, not pulling out her weapon until Rick was in her face? Regardless, whether it was incompetence or some kind of weird new test for Rick, he manages to gain their apparent support. Which means he was none too happy to see the saviors had gotten out. At least one of his snipers was biter food, though Morgan had to have gotten away, because he's bound for Texas soon. Not sure how those timelines will come together. But in the meantime, Negan is out, and he is pissed. And this episode was a decent one, moved the story along, but I do hear rumors that people are finding this season boring. The excitement is dying down. Maybe it's because it's more of the same. We've seen this story before, on a smaller scale. The big bad attacking, Rick and his people fighting, losing a few, hey, we got a cat, beloved friends along the way. Now, I'm not giving up on this series, but this shocker that's supposed to be in the mid-season finale better be really good. Put the series in a new, fresh direction. Maybe it will have something to do with that helicopter. We don't need the same old patterns. I need that like I need a hole in the head. Oh, wait. Anyways, check out the links to some videos at the end of this one. Governor, out. You have to pay the bill. Tell him.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Here's a couple more I think you might enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe. Remember, those who subscribe survive.